doesn't make you feel sorry for him, then you just a cold motherfucker.
Yeah. Grand morning, grand rising, what the business is. I'm black, I understand what white privilege is. They say we ghetto cause we want more for our fellows. To not get scammed and lose all their crypto. I grab the cello, make the sound of falsetto. I'm a priest, I don't break what's confidential. Factual, only deal with what's essential. Higher standards, you thinking backwards. If this was back in the day, you could roll up into backwoods. Or get slump body found in the backwoods. I got excited so my wife it gave her blackwood. Not abusive things, I mean it was that good. Test me, I wish a nigga really would. The news said he got left where he stood. Nah, open the scroll of papyrus. Knowledge deeper than Osiris. I throw the shells when I'm divining. Charity work, peace to all the Shriners. Mystical champions and esoteric writers. Allow misfortune to fall on whoever divides us.
Anthem on the track.
Woo. What's going on, everybody? I'm here. Let's get right into it. I'm not gonna hold up too much of your time. It's another day, another opportunity to do great things. How y'all doing? How y'all feeling? You know, so many things going on. So many things going on at the same time in this small community, because this community is still small. People make no mistake about it. When I talk about this community in crypto, this DeFi community, and specifically Hex, Pulsation, and PulseX, we're still small, folks. Still a small community, you know. So many things are happening at the same time, you know. You got the alphabet boys and girls. You got the, you know, Uniswap, you know, defecting, like showing, like, you know, betraying the whole community, you know, Uniswap. I'm hearing MetaMask is acting shady right now, showing signs of, you know, mutiny, you know. But listen, part of all this, like in my, well, for whatever it's worth, first of all, you got to make sure you're doing okay. Like you as a person has to make sure that you are right, you are well, right? That your mental health is okay, that you're okay. Like on some real stuff, how you feeling for real? How are you feeling? You have to really be aware of where you stand in all this, because everyone is going to react to this different. Everybody's going to have a different way to cope, different way to manage and to deal. Now, folks are making fun of the term cope. I use that word seriously. I'm not using it, right, to be insulting. No. Because coping is real. Coping mechanisms are real. Right? And it's not taken lightly. This is not a joke. I'm not trolling. You have to really assess and figure out how you feel. If now's the time for you, now's really a time to do self-checks all across the board, like as far as you go. Like, how's this affecting you? Can you handle the stress? Can you handle the pressure? Can you handle listening to a bunch of people talk? After a while, it becomes noise. If you can't, turn it off, right? You have to make sure that you're right, that you are calm, that you are in control, that you're balanced, that you whatever. And if you're not, right? If you're not, find a way to alleviate those issues that's causing you stress. If it's this community, if it's all these the news and everything, just listen. Give it a break. Because right now, it's hot. It's hot. The energy is hot. I'm not saying hot in a good way either. It's just too much for some people. Can't take this. If you're not used to this, you can seriously make decisions right now purely from your emotions, purely from being afraid, purely from being fearful. And I'm telling you folks, those are not the best times to make decisions. Panicking, like, this is real, folks. You got to really assess, figure out what's going on with you. And I'm not, this is not a troll situation. It's none of that. You got to make sure you're right. And right meaning you're well. Because this isn't a joke. You're talking about 90%, 60, 40, 50, 60, 70, 90% corrections. Like that can really have a severe impact on somebody when they see numbers change overnight like that in a matter of hours. And it's dragging along, right? And then you're hearing all kinds of negative information. This is why I've always said, be careful what you ingest. Be careful what you take in, It's weird. Shout out to the viewers. Shout out to the chat. Former TV, Doc Lover. Greetings. But gotta really find your balance. Find your peace somewhere in all of this. Yeah, the other day I was saying that there's a bunch of people talking as if they're attorneys, right? Now I'm hearing, some attorneys speaking. After a while, it all becomes what? It becomes noise. Who cares? Like, it's about you. It's about you now. Like, because you can't help anybody if you can't help yourself first. How can you be in a position to help anything or do anything and whatever if you're not well, if you're not taking care of yourself? This is what it's all about right now, man. Ladies and gentlemen, this is what it's all about. Because it's a serious situation going on right now, right? This is part of what I was talking about in the past while we were waiting the past 2 years for the sacrifice. During the sacrifice phases and during the waiting for Pulse Chain and Pulse X, we don't always think about what it took for these coins to receive, to go up exponentially high, to do these parabolic meteoric rises. We don't think about the downs. We only think about everything going up. No, these things went down. The coins go down, like severely, the opposite direction of parabolic. Often, before you get to those multiple thousands of X's, you're going to experience a lot of drawbacks, a lot of capitulation. Like, if you pay attention to it, this is part of what happens. This is part of the system. This is part of what takes place. I like to say you can't have maximum gain without maximum pain. This is part of the whole maximum pain. This has been part of it. It's not just because of this whole thing with the involvement with, the Alphabet Agency. It's not just them. They're not the only reason why it's maximum pain. It's been since you sacrifice. How's everything gone? South. The market's just been down for the past 2 years, give or take. Bitcoin, of course, was at 15K hovering, and now it's at whatever, close to 30. We're not talking about Bitcoin though. But the entire market has been in the bear. So the maximum pain, all these things have been taking place for a while now. There's severity levels, right? Degrees where things are worse than other times. Right now is a tough one because it's almost like it's bittersweet, in a sense. Bittersweet. We have the chain, right? So we're not even wondering when pulse anymore. The chains are here. We have the decks, right? We're not wondering when pulse X. None of that. So they're here. That's a blessing. Hex is working on those chains flawlessly, on the chain flawlessly, you know. Okay. But they're not even 3 months into the thing. The Alphabet Agency want to throw a monkey wrench or some kind of scare tactic to dampen the parade of the people who just want to experience and enjoy everything this chain has to offer, right? During a time where in a couple days, the movie's gonna premiere throughout the country. Like it's always bittersweet, right? There's a lot going on. It's just the timing is so uncanny for me. You know, it's like people couldn't really predict this. This is why I'm a man of a spiritual nature. You know, I don't believe in coincidence. I don't. But you have certain events that unfold in certain ways where you're just like, oh no, this is some other level. To me, divine intervention. It's something else going on that's bigger than us, bigger than our opinions, greater than our feelings and our thoughts. But while we're going through this and we're experiencing this, we really have to understand where we stand in all this. Like, what's our position? How are we feeling? Like, seriously. Are you nervous? Are you scared? Are you excited? Do you care? All of the above. All of the above. Because this is the time right now that's either it can make or break somebody. You know? It's like, it's really depending on your outlook. This could be very scary. This could be very painful. It's no joke. It's no joke. This is why I always bring this back to, like, this is about money, people. This is about the bread. This is about your livelihood. This is about your potential to, you know, create, you know, passive streams of income. This is about your potential to lay down something for your future nest egg, your generational wealth. You could pass this down to loved ones, future descent, all these things. And like, this is what you got to go through. You got to field take all these hits. Everybody can't handle that, and that's okay. As long as you're aware of what you can handle and what you can't. Some people overextend it. Some people, meaning like, you know, they put more than they, as far as into the sacrifice. And some people did put whatever, but, you know, just to see that the prices are so much lower than the sacrifice rate, you know, it can do something to your mind. You might be like, oh man, you could have felt like you rugged yourself, like you didn't even have to sacrifice, right? You could have just held on to your bread probably, or do something else with your crypto. This is what people talk themselves out of things and start thinking about negative thoughts and things that just don't yield beneficial results for your overall wellness, because this is what it's about. This is what it's about, your emotional and mental state of being. How controlled are you right now? You know, people make rash decisions when they panic and anxious. Been through this already, like as far as this market, this style of, you know, drama and things of that nature. And, you know, these guys, these 3-letter agencies are weirdos to me. They remind me of, you know, like in my field, we have a department in my field, in my job, and in the field in general, 100%. We have a department that deals with quality assurance. Some places call it quality management. Some places call it quality control. You know, and within these departments, quality improvement, whatever you want to call it, within these departments, you have people who work in these departments who go out, meaning they go visit certain sites to survey, right? To basically check on these sites and locations and these workplaces to make sure that whatever work is supposed to be done is getting done properly, efficiently, professionally with care. I serve like, you know, the mentally ill population, right? My job is what we do. So they want to make sure when they show up on the scene that the patients, the consumers, the clients, whatever you want to call them, are getting the proper care that they need, are being taken care of well, are being serviced well, are receiving every basic need or service that, you know, we are obligated to provide. These surveyors also observe the environment, right? You have one aspect where they're going to now analyze, investigate the nature of the work. Not only are they going to watch you in the actual work that you serve, but they're also going to analyze the records, the charts, the policies, et cetera, make sure everything is above board and nothing is in violation, that everything is in compliance. If there are non-compliance issues, you will be notified on the spot, and you have to make corrective action. Same with the environment. Make sure that everything is sound. As far as structure, you got certain things, everything is working, doors can open and close, you know, whatever, pipes, the internal makeup and break, everything is working fine. No fire hazard or hazardous situations laid around. Things are just clear. They do that. These people, right, that work for these departments, their job is to go and sort of like give you a report card on how whatever you got going on is faring. And these people engender a certain level of fear. When you see somebody from those departments show up on the scene, people get nervous. They scatter, like Roger, they break down. They become anxious. They become afraid. They call them, like, you know, analysts or surveyors or even auditors. When auditors think about the term auditors, IRS audit, for example, alphabet agency audits, investigations, right? They carry an energy to intimidate people, to scare people. But the thing about it, and I learned this early on because I saw that they wielded so much power just by their presence alone. And forget about when they present their ID. When you see their presence and their ID, people get cold, right? Just I admired that power, and I said to myself, wow, I don't understand why, because this was me early in my career. I fell into the vacuum of fear. Oh, the auditor's here. Scramble. Make sure everything is okay. Da da da. Be afraid. Just be afraid. Like, what? Then I started to understand, like, what the whole point is. If you have everything as best as you can, as far as working or operational or in order, what do you really have to be afraid of? Oh, you represent such and such agency. You're here to survey my situation, my job, my work. Sure, come right on in. I have nothing to hide, right? It is what it is. There's no perfect situation anywhere. So you are gonna find, they are gonna show you, you know, oh, you didn't wipe this windowsill, so there's dust right here. You gotta make sure that this windowsill is clean. Okay, sure, fine. You gotta make sure that, you know, these bottles are sealed. They're not left unopened. Oh yeah, that's sure. But then everything else is on point. Cool. My whole point to all this long diatribe is, listen, these people engender fear because that's the nature of why they exist. These letter agencies, when you just stand on your square and you know you're doing what you're doing is whatever. But some people just don't know. They just catch that fear bug, that intimidation, and, you know, wave, the scare, everybody's afraid, and you just join on onto the, you catch, the current catches you, and you might mess around and make serious mistakes that could have been avoided. That's what I see unfolding with this whole thing right here. It's not the first time that we've heard a three-letter agency go after a crypto situation. And this doesn't even involve certain three-letter agencies by way of even involving anything criminal charges. This is still on the civil level. Yo, it is what it is. It is what it is. We see what RH did last year. You think he didn't think about, like, it's almost like, it's not that I'm going to just speculate that he knew this was going to happen. I'm not going to do that. But the man has talked, he's expressed his viewpoints on, securities exchange investigating, and their investigation practices, and how they haven't really helped people who they're supposed to help as far as investors. They've been part of the problem. Like, he's been vocal about that. It's documented. So, and doing these things that he does while he's so extremely meticulous and careful and strategic in how he speaks. You could call him R no expectations H, Richie no expectations Hart. I mean, how many times you heard the man say no expectations? It was just like, it got to a point where it just became, that's a meme in itself. That's a meme. So, I mean, I don't think a person who's as sharp as far as in his mind, in the way he creates strategy, I don't think he was absent in thinking of, like, that there were no chance of him being sought after by any type of three-letter agency by way of questioning or anything like that. Because if you creating something that's Nobel, quote unquote, Nobel Prize worthy, that grips the world. That's something that's supposed to affect the globe. You're gonna get and attract and command attention from places that you didn't even know exist. So, and they're gonna sick these dogs, right? These three-letter agencies, these dogs, they're gonna sick them. So go get them, inflict fear, back them down, quiet them, pacify these people, make sure that, our presence is known. And when we're here, everybody needs to scatter and go everywhere else. Just run, be afraid. Man, that's what they do. That's what they do. What did the IRS tell us 2-3 years ago? For those of us who paid attention, they hired 80,000+ agents with firearms. What you talking about? That's a little army you got, right? You know what I'm saying? That's that's law enforcement too. Another, arm or right? Another arm for law enforcement. And then now you got 80,000 agents out here running around, whatever. But that's just right there to show you, oh no, we're gonna let you know we about our business and scare you to death. And this is what it is. Even though, like, these measures and tactics that folks use to keep you off your chi, off your balance. It's about remaining balanced, about remaining poised, remaining in control, being at peace, even in the midst of a storm. What do they say when there's a tornado? Try to stand under under the doorway or somewhere like, I don't know, because where I live there, we don't often have tornadoes, even though we did have one, I remember a while ago. That was crazy. That was a one afternoon event. But, you got to secure yourself in a place where, you're not going to be close to windows and things of that nature. Like, you have to kind of like be centered somewhere while the storm is taking place all around you. This is not different here. It's not different. It's not different. Because if you're human, unless you're void of a conscience, Unless you're human, you're gonna be impacted by something. You're gonna care about something. I don't care who you are. Something matters to you. You may tell the world that it doesn't, but something matters. And I'm sure when it comes to money, a lot of things, money matters to most of us who live in a society or in a system that we have to deal with money to get what we need. And then on top of that, apart from that, you trying to invest and play with this crypto space, and then you got these 3-letter agency boogie monsters trying to scare you out of your stuff. Like that's just their job. That's just their job. We could call the man the founder. We could call him Mr. No Expectations. He's no expectations down, like to the point where, people was even saying when they met him and, the parties for the anniversary and stuff, the dude was frugal as I mean, like cheap. Like he paid for nothing. He didn't even pay for anything. Folks took him out to eat. You think he paid? No, he didn't pay a dime. This is documented. This is well, not even documented, but like this is well said in the community. I'm not gossiping, man. It's not gossip. You kidding me? Mr. No Expectations himself. Yeah, he's gonna show you, Enigma, biggest diamond in the world, but he called it the Hex Diamond. Like, what we doing? I don't know if that was for personal use. I don't know if that was for his business. Who cares? I'm not a lawyer. I'm just here to participate in crypto, as is my right. You know what I'm saying? Like, I guess. What I do? It was about freedom of speech and freedom of movement. This is what we're doing. You got people out here doing a bunch of crazy things. The same 3-letter agency. I mean, sometimes you got to see like the corruption. People will show you how corrupt they are and dare you to do something about it. You see this guy who's heading this investigation, who heads that department. He looks like Mr. Burns from the cartoon. The dude looks like Mr. Burns. That's all I think about. Big forehead, and the nose game is crazy, right? You frolicking with corrupt individuals as corrupt, like as they come, and you still are in office. Like this is the level of malpractice, of corruption. Not even the corruption. They're showing you to your face. Yeah, we know, we don't care. You can't do anything about whatever they got going on. That's crooked. You can't do anything about it. And they're still going to try to give problems to where problems don't even need to be even scrutinized. But you got folks from these other investigations that have walked. And again, like I said, we're not talking about another department that goes after criminals. This is civil, right? You got folks talking about now, like that Martin guy, the guy that bought the 99-year-old Wu-Tang Clan album. Like this guy, right? Straight up clout chasing, talking all kinds of rhetoric based on what, dude? You were selling a pill. I remember when Ghostface came on and he was actually campaigning because his mom needed to use these types of medications that this Martin guy was had under his purview through his company. He was selling that pill over $1,000 a pop, something ridiculous per pill, taking advantage, price gouging extraordinaire. And you can look at his face, and Ghostface went at him because it's this crazy thing. This is a guy who purchased the 99-year-old album of Wu-Tang Clan that you can't even listen for another 100 years or whatever. And this guy just, how some people, they just try to chase clout for real, even though you're already well off. You could hear and see it in his eyes that something's on a slant with him anyway, man. Talking crazy about what you think just because you spent 7 years in the slammer. That's nobody's fault. You got, hey, what we doing? What you talking about? Care about your opinions? Nobody cares. Look at your grill, son. Look at your grill. Who's taking you serious? And folks are entertaining him in these spaces. Be careful which spaces you go into, folks, because a lot of it is just soap opera drama. And then speaking of spaces, those of y'all in this channel, check out the spaces that's going to happen tonight, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, the Post Nation dropping the spaces tonight. We dropping the spaces tonight, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, Pulse Nation. Don't miss it. Don't miss it. It's not gonna be about no gossip, no infighting. Who got the bigger bag of speculation versus the other bag of opinions? Nobody's doing none of that. Who cares? That just engenders, more and more worry, more fear. That energy has to be. I'm not about that. Even some of the stuff I was talking about up to this point or whatever, that doesn't even matter. Right now, it's about how well are you doing. You don't look at these charts every day. It's gonna make you go crazy. Let me listen to some Martin Nobody with the 99-year-old Wu-Tang album. I don't even know if he had that in his possession. Yo, he was price gouging pills to the man. And he's going to be the guy y'all listen to about what he thinks is going to happen with this case? No, sir. No, it's not happening. No. Think about what got you to this point. It's not financial advice, man. It's not. Just think about what got you up to here. Now you actually witnessing and living through what many of us have been talking about for a long time. Especially you new people. Well, if this is your first cycle of the cycle, now you going through it like we all have been. Now you can see for yourself, like, oh, okay, this is what they've been talking about with the maximum pain. This is because how much lower can this go? Think about it. How much lower what are we talking about? Turning the internet off? What? Richie, no expectations, heart saying, yo, it's a wrap, folks. What, how much lower? How much lower? But the obverse is also is true. Everybody forgets about that. People are too short-term minded, too short-term sighted. What goes up has to come down and then go right back up again. We're down. Like, we're at the point where everything is down. Where you think we got to go from here? And I don't know. I'm not predicting anything, but I'm saying, things may go however they go. I don't, these another thing about these agencies, look how long it took for them to reach whatever conclusion with XRP. It could take long. It could be dragged out. It could be whatever, man. But every situation is different. Every situation is different. I mean, I look at how, XRP, how long it took for XRP, for whatever with XRP. Even EOS back in the days, it wasn't as long as what happened with XRP. But look what they did with FTX in less than a year. Wham, bam, thank you, ma'am. And they even saying that the dude walked like he's not getting any type, he's free. And he committed worse. His actions were just blatant, worse. And in the face of the government, clowning the government, scamming the people at the same time. Like this guy, like it was just whatever, and he gets to walk. This is what's happening. So put things in perspective and kind of balance things out, folks, and don't get like shaken out by like noise that you hear on the internet, man. Even if whatever I'm saying, if it bothers you or whatever, turn me off. Don't even listen. You know what I'm saying? Like that, yo, man. Life goes on, man. It's another day, another opportunity for you to do better than what you were doing yesterday. Another opportunity to do great things. That's it, man. That's it. But just hold, listen, nothing's over. It's just what it is, man. They can't just stop. You can't stop the rain. You know what I'm saying? You can't stop this, man. You crazy? Can't stop the sun from shining. Can't stop the wind from blowing. Even though, with HARP and all this CERN, and they be trying to act like they're the creator. They try to do things. They try to make you believe they can do everything that the creator does. Absolute, complete falsehood. It's never gonna happen. Ever. Remain balanced. Remain controlled. Greetings to the chat. 100%. This is one of those mornings. This is one of those, not mornings, but times, LaDanny, I'm more that and salute to you, that this too shall pass. Just like everything else passed, this too shall pass. But I think this is a catalyst for something that's great, that's about to be fantastic. You know how some people, like, they don't, you know how sometimes you couldn't see, it's interesting though, like sometimes people really can't see how the next cycles are going to unfold. What are going to be the catalysts to cause the next parabolic or meteoric rises in crypto, especially for coins that are technically designed to go up to all these thousands and thousands of X's that we talk about all the time. What are going to be the reasons, right? What's going to catapult these things? What's going to be the springboard that allows these things to go up? Like, I mean, hey, the engines are revving right now. Like, I mean, well, I don't know what more than what we got here. Like, this is just a perfect storm for me. This is a perfect storm. That's why I'm like, yo, like, guys, those of y'all that are scared and be nervous, just check yourself, you know, maybe walk away from the computer, chill. I mean, you know, get some kind of help if you need it, professional help, you know, because this thing is nerve-wracking for some. I get it. You got to take care of yourself, though. Go exercise, be active with your body, move your body. So that way, you know, your mind can focus on other things. Your mind can work instead of remaining idle at a computer, on a phone, listening to empty rhetoric that's not making our numbers go up in these wallets, because that's what's happening here. Just, you know, engaging activities that are productive. That's what's important. Engaging in productive activities for the time being. Seriously. Go tune into the spaces, 9 p.m. Pulse Nation. 9 p.m. Pulse Nation, 9 p.m. Eastern Time. If you got time or whatever, stop by and we'll chop it up and talk about all things related to, you know, Hex, blockchain, everything that, you know, is going on as far as, like, you know, what got us to this point as far as Hex, man. A lot of people not talking about the T-shares anymore, don't really care because they're scared. I get that. But when you listen to all these ego chambers, I call them ego chambers, when people screaming and they yelling and they discussing and arguing back and forth with each other, they're not coping chamber, they're ego chamber, ego, not even echo. But someone always want to talk like and prove themselves right. Who cares? That's not making the money in my wallet go up. I don't care about if you're right or wrong. That's not the point. It's not the point. It's about sticking to what's right, feeling good about yourself, taking care of yourself if you don't feel good about yourself, and moving forward. I mean, this is why I always say too, this is a solo sport. Shout out to Stunner Breezy. This is a solo sport, period. Like, whatever you do is based on what you decided to do on your own volition, on your own merit. Now, this is it's synonymous with the community, but it's synonymous with you making individualized decisions. It's a solo situation at all times. You're supposed to be in charge of your own situation, your own plan, your own everything. Nobody's supposed to lead you to nothing, to anything. You lead yourself. You lead yourself. This is what this is here for. You have a headache, you're not doing well, you lead yourself somewhere where you can have that headache ameliorated and relieved. However you do it. Right? You don't wait for a community to tell you, or some whatever to tell you, oh yeah, I think you should maybe just put a hot compress on your forehead, or go to urgent care, or maybe just pop a couple pills and then check back in with this hive mind of ego chamber, you know, people who thinking they're leading something. Like, lead yourselves. Lead yourselves. Remain balanced. Just chill. You know what I'm saying? It's what it is. I'm gonna tell you what's going, like how I'm looking at it, like, and I don't know, maybe it's because it's the I don't know, but I feel even more bullish than I've ever felt leading up to this point, today, even now. It's just that each day that passes by, my level of bullishness increases. But now this is different, and this is going hand in hand with how things have unfolded in the past. And again, certain events, certain catalysts, right, are presenting itself. I'm just watching it like a school experiment. I'm watching like a lab experiment. I'm watching these things happen in a certain way. And this to me is just maximum bullish. It's bigger than a movie, but the movie's part of this whole story. It's bigger than the weak attempt to scare people by way of this investigation, because it's about another story. The community, I hear more defense, more outrage coming from the community in a favorable way than in a scared way. See, it's working against whatever the three-letter agencies were trying to do. And from day one, all this fear, make you quiet, make you sell, make you doing all this. Yeah, sure, some of that is going to happen, but guess what? You got people that haven't moved, that won't move. In fact, we're gonna speak loud. We're gonna be proud, right? We're gonna stick around. Many of us have great reasons to be around for a very long time. And we're gonna watch how this unfolds. And I have no reservation, no anything, no doubt at all about anything not working in our favor. I have every hope. Like, that's why I'm bullish that things are just gonna work in our favor. No matter how the chips fall, it's gonna work in our favor. That's just me. That's just how I feel. 100%. That's me. Like, I'm super excited in a great way about this, with a balanced temperature, though. You know what I'm saying? I know and I understand what we have here. And I know and I understand this right here will pass. And I know and I understand, like, what I'm doing is for my family. It's not necessarily for me. Like this, I'm building something here. So it's like, okay, these short-term events are just that. Short-term. I didn't expect a 10,000x in day one. You know, this is what happens. I'm just extreme. I'm learning a lot too, like about how these people are and how vindictive and wicked these three-letter agencies are. Imagine you got a segment of people who possibly maybe complained, crying to the three-letter agencies. They probably did, because folks, listen, man, human beings are complicated. It's what people do. It's what people do. They do weird things. So they go and knock on somebody's door to say, oh, can you help me get my refund from my sacrifice? Meanwhile, Richie, no expectations heart, we already know. We already know and understand what this whole, come on. Who knows? Maybe it was that, maybe it was a couple people complained, maybe it was whatever, him being, surveillance or watch for a long time because he just like rubbed people the wrong way with, his outrage marketing, twerking in front of the peacock, all that crazy stuff. Who knows? But listen, man, he understood, man, he's going for glory. And you can't go for the glory without meeting some type of resistance, right? Because not everybody wants you to be glorious. We understand, like, even when we try to do what we do in life, we face opposition, no matter what level. So this is part of it. It's part of the story, man. And we're part of history. We're living through history. 100%. Stakers unaffected. Yo, 100%. This is what I'm saying. Like, the stakers are unaffected. Yo, 100%. This is what I'm saying, man. 100% unaffected. Like, Finbear in the building. No spicy news that I know of. No spicy news, you know. Outside of whatever's been talking about, you know, we'll see what the day brings. But, you know, I heard something. The only thing I could say as far as news was that Uniswap took, you know, stopped trading Hex. And I think I'm hearing MetaMask is also not allowing swaps to take place with Hex, you know. Uniswap, MetaMask. And that's another thing, right? This whole Uniswap and all that, right? Right? They say Hex made Uniswap famous. Because if it wasn't for the Hex community and using Uniswap wouldn't have gotten, you know, the notoriety. Remember when Uniswap issued those tokens to all the people that use Uniswap? You know, that was another thing that Richard added to his repertoire of allowing people to, not allowing, but, you know, giving out free money, giving tree, right? Uniswap then does this. Hey, I don't know if that's I don't know if anybody could say they're really decentralized, if they could stop certain coins from being traded. You know what I'm saying? Like, was that really a 100% decentralized DEX? Because I don't know. I don't listen, man. I let the smart people handle that and figure all that out, man. I know what I'm proficient in. You know what I'm saying? And it's definitely not understanding stuff like that. I don't understand stuff like that. Like, you're supposed to be a decentralized DEX. Who owns it? Nobody. Who can? Nobody. Or can somebody own it? Immutable. The admin keys in the DEX. You might as well be centralized. You can halt. Maybe, I don't know, but that just doesn't sit well in my spirit to understand that. Oh, you can stop certain things from taking place. You can stop people from interacting and doing things with their money. That's a problem. Red flag gang. Red flag gang. That's what that is. That's a red flag. And I don't ever have to use them again. Ever. Because they showed me who they are and what they do. Thank you, Uniswap. MetaMask too. MetaMask, you acting all funny and suspect because you owned by some parent company too, suspect. Oh, this is why Richie, no expectations heart, was talking about creating a wallet too, because of these situations. He's been, you know, telling the world through Twitter how big of a thread, like had the one from October 2020, the infamous thread of all the scams. He said, you know, let's have fun and just write down all the scams that we know about. He's been talking about all these things forever. Forever. You think these three-letter alphabet boy agencies like really took notice of all that? And now they're saying like some chat GPT drafted up the SEC, the filing. Because of how inaccurate, because of all the inaccuracies in the. But you see how weird this is, like clown situation, right? It's like living in a fantasy world, fantasy island. Like, I can't believe y'all let this rock. I can't believe you let all these things happen, but you going after this guy right here. I know he dresses corny. We know he just come on, man. But appreciate the brilliance of his mind. The genius of what he created, man. You could only wish that more people could just see and understand what he just did right here, man. We understand the way he dances is the way he dances. Who cares? The moon boots and all that, man. Who cares? But you looking at something that produced certain yield. They can't even understand it. That's why I say, folks, people are talking in the spaces. They don't even know what they're talking about. How can you receive 38% APY? I mean, that's ridiculous to me. That's completely erroneous. 38% APY. I mean, are you serious? Yes, we're serious, but folks just don't know. And these spaces being run, and you're hearing how many thousands of people listening to it. They're already creating a certain narrative, but this is what's gonna help us as well too, because this is why I also understand, you know, when they say, even bad publicity, all publicity is good publicity. This is all that's happening right now. This is all that's happening right now. It's catching fire, it's catching wind, but all we got, listen, folks, take care of yourselves. Like, really, I opened up this live by saying that. If you're feeling stressed out, please do something about it so that you don't have to feel stressed out. Relax, deep breathing, take a walk, right? Do something to keep you active, keep your mind fresh and distracted away from, in a positive way, away from all this that's going on right here, man. Because it can make it, it could allow you to continuously remain sad, sorrow, you're depressed. No. That's not healthy. It's not healthy. In all my stuff that I do, I always say, I hope you remain well. That's not a joke. That's not a troll. I'm saying that for real. Like, I know I sound, like, no, I'm saying it for real. Like, seriously. Because these people are crazy out here. They're crazy. You don't see that? You don't see that? Them folks are crazy. And they want you to become, a victim of their craziness. No one's doing that over here. We're not doing that. We're not doing that. We're just watching them. We don't believe you. You need more people. How about that? Seek 5555. Can't stop, won't stop. Exactly. There's a stream coming in 30 minutes where Hezek can talk to Bitcoiners. I think they are Bitcoiners only represent the chat when they go. I hear you, Finbear. Do your thug thizzle, man. Do your thing. Do your thing. That's what 100%. But at least you're aware that, at least you're saying that these are some of the things that we need to, acknowledge. Don't hide it. Don't keep it inside or repress it or ignore it if you're really feeling it. Because it may have some type of adverse results, right? No, we're talking, it sucks all around. I get it. It sucks, yo. Like, this is what it is. But look, we're not alone. Like, yes, crypto's a solo sport, but many of us are feeling this in unison right now, real time. We're not alone. Okay, we're not alone. We're not alone, and we're gonna get through this. This will pass. That's a fact. Just like the days going by, just like the time ticking on our clocks, time going by, this is also gonna go by. We don't know how swift, but we'll be here for it. We'll be here. We'll be here. And some people, it's just about reassessing. If it's not a good time to be in the community, it's not a good time to be in the community. I can't make that decision for anyone. If not a good investment, bad investment, and things like, I can't make that decision for a soul. My thing is for you to always know, like, you gotta always be right. Because you have some of these events that occur and it could just change everything, your perspective on it all, It's crazy. It's crazy. It's crazy. Been through it, folks. I hope everybody remains well. Yeah, it was, but it was an interesting perspective at best for me, but like nothing I wanted to really entertain from him, like, come on, son, like, you wish you had half the, I don't know what you wish you had, but it just seemed like it was something like, come on, man, what's your angle here? Like, you don't even, you wish you had a story where it wasn't as, I guess, daunting, or negative. Like, no one, you look at him, no one's taking him serious, and these guys entertain this guy. Nah, like seriously, who in the world is taking? This is the thing, right? Like I'm gonna say this before we go, man. A lot of times these guys, they go to jail, and they go to jail for whatever types of fraud, they do, and blah, blah, blah. Like Jordan Belfort, I don't trust. You know what I'm saying? That's just me. I don't trust that guy, Wolf of Wall Street. Even if everything he did was A1, but look what happened, yo. Like, you spent some time in the clink. I'm not, you out here and free. I'm not running to you for any type of, whatever. I'll find information elsewhere that's actually helped me to this point. Right? There's other crypto people that have been incarcerated, believe it or not, and they say are still incarcerated. But like, this is not we're not talking about criminal anything here. This is civil. This is what it is, or whatever. Who cares? I like to think glass half full, period. I'm not gonna look at some Skrelly. The grill piece is crazy to me, because I'm like a visual person. When you look at somebody's grill mug piece, you look at their eyes, you look at their whole affect, and you could just see certain things that's just like, and then what you're saying kind of supports some of the, and I'm like, I'm good. I don't need to listen to. So, yo, what you ingest, you become. So let me chill. I don't have to ingest this rhetoric, this noise. I'm good. I'm good. Yeah. Because they did, because of his experience, you know what I'm saying? And then every situation is different, you know. Every situation is different, and it's good that they're shedding light on what's going on here. So now, you know, it's wider exposure. Like they said, you couldn't pay for this type of marketing. Couldn't pay for it, you know. Couldn't pay for it, and some people, instead of joining, they want to throw rocks, like Eric Wall. Eric Wall was talking major caca, as he always does. But he did also say that he damn near, you know, felt bad. Like, I thought he was going to cry on the spaces, talking about how he's going to miss his friend. See, the whole thing about, not miss his friend, is because Martin was talking sideways about, you know, jail time and everything like that. And even Eric shut him down, was like, yo, man, I don't want you to be talking about my So I'm talking about my friend going to jail, because that's something that's very sensitive to me, and, you know, blah, blah, blah. So Eric, you know what I'm saying? Eric is a master troll. He's a master troll, even in whatever setting and capacity. But, you know, that's his man. That's his peoples. Richie Rich is his peoples. And he felt the way. And I was like, oh, snap. I see something in Eric right there. But Rags got in those cheeks. Rags came out, was like, yo, I am offended. I do not and will not agree and support your stance on how every Mexican or Mexicans are trailer park trash. Okay? I am offended. This is disingenuous. Okay? You do this all the time, Eric. Shout out to Rags, man. Rags got to work. I think they're getting to work today, right now, as we speak. Rags wasn't playing, man. Rags, when he gets on his podium, you could tell, like, you know, he got that professor spirit about him. When he gets on his podium and it's Professor Rags, yo, nah. You hey, take cover, you know what I'm saying? Like, hey. Dude was like, see, you do this all the time, Eric. Yeah, I'm tired of you doing this. Is something that I literally hate about you, Eric. Yo, you know. I don't know what's the worst the SEC can do. To be honest with you, Sir Toasty, I do not know. I do not know, man. Yeah, I hope it's top notch. I hope it's top notch. I don't think after doing all that, he's gonna have some like legal aid type situation. You know what I'm saying? Somebody from a grassroots nonprofit. You know what I'm saying? Like doing pro bono. Because if he look, I don't think he's gonna get some kind of pro bono representation because nah, you can't do that. Nah, and who knows, man? There's life is a mystery, man. Things can unfold and work in ways that we can't even imagine. So, but yeah, I'm sure he got his ducks in a row. You know, as proud as he is, as proud of a person as he is, I can't imagine him not having his ducks in a row. Like straight up, like, you know, like think about it, like for real, for real. Dude's been quiet for a minute, like, okay, plotting. And he was quiet ever since, like, to me, he started being really quiet extra on some extra, like since like last September, around September, October, like when the community started getting hit with those letters by the SEC, that's when he really like, oh no, 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 no. He like hunkered down and just played it low. Maybe did a few spaces here and there, and even tweet on, but then he's just been tweeting for the last like 6, 7, you know, the last part up till now. Because those letters last year, that sent a little bit of reverberation. They reverberated. People got scared. People got scared. They got scared. Ladies and not make no mistake about it. Folks stopped streaming. They quit. All that. Like had to like don't raise funds to donate for legal fund. Like all kinds. People got scared. They got shook. It is what it is. Yeah, FOMO. They removed X. Yeah, the new wallet, that's what I'm saying. The new wallet, right? And 100%, 100%, 100%. Chris Crypto in the building. What's up, everyone? What's up to you? What's going on? Tricky times as present. Tricky times as present. Always, man. Right? All things are dual in nature. Polarities, right? You know, gonna always deal with hot and cold, day and night, positive, negative, all that stuff. That's all. But we're headed straight to greatness, like the meta money, crypto pendu in the building. What's going on, man? Meta money is history. A staple in his community. Shout out to you, man. Hope all is well with you and your loved ones. Meta Money could break down some Ethereum, though. He could break down some Ethereum, I tell you, man. Salute to you, man. You know what I'm saying? Salute to you. Meta Money broke down some aspects of why I even liked Ethereum. Thanks to this gentleman right here. DHax369 in the building. This too shall pass 100%. No problem, Finn Bear. No problem. Catch you on the next one. A duty solicitor will be provided. If you can't afford representation, a duty solicitor will be provided. Yeah, I mean, I hear you, but I'm hard pressed to believe that he can't afford. You know, or maybe he doesn't want to pay. But I'm hard pressed to believe that he can't afford, representation, right? But guys, good people, it's about that time for me. I gotta bounce. Gotta go handle my handle. Thank you for rocking with me. Thank you for coming through. And as always, from me to you, I hope that you remain well for you and everybody you care about. Catch y'all on the next one. Oh, wait a minute. Eric said Eric may be disliked by many in the X crowd, but the dude is extremely intelligent, and I would rather him speak of many of the other ignorant. 100%, Doc Lover. I agree with that. 100%. Eric makes me laugh, to be honest with you. You know, he makes me laugh. Like the whole trailer park. I mean, it's sometimes he says things. He says things to, you know, I get a rise out of people because I think he gets off on that. I think that's his personality. But he gets annoying, but I think overall, he all right. I'm going to catch y'all on the next one. Take care.